Now then, let me introduce our next guest with a selection of songs and statistics.
Above my door, I'm in love and always will be.
And Dido is here with us now. And I'm just saying, listening to those songs, it takes me back to a certain place in my life, and I think that's what it was. It was so iconic of its time. And when we were talking about it, was 13 years ago. The collaboration with Eminem, it's just think,
I know,
really?
it's crazy. I can't.
13
yeah,
years ago?
that seems like a very long time.
It does. But you haven't been away as long as that. You've been away 5 years.
Yes.
And so how does it feel coming back?
It's pretty surreal, but a lot of fun. I mean, it's really fun. And the minute I start singing and playing, it just all sort of falls into place. And then it's like no time has passed at all. But the build-up to it was a bit like,
So where did you go? What did you do?
Well, I was making a record, and I was actually going really quite quick for me, and then I got married, and then I found out I was pregnant, which was brilliant, and I didn't want to put an album and a baby out at the same time.
Well, you, so to speak, so you were recording the album with Stanley there.
Yeah,
so,
which I loved, I have to say. I loved singing pregnant, and yeah, I announced halfway through that I wanted to do all my albums pregnant. There was just something so nice about this little friend kicking while I was singing. And
were there some songs he liked and some he didn't?
Yeah, some he just was like totally
Nothing.
still. It was like, I'm not feeling this.
Did you dump those out? He doesn't like that.
Yeah, I thought, you know, he's a good judge.
So this, the album, you say that this new album, it sort of reflects the mood you were in whilst you were writing, and obviously, like you've just said, you were pregnant. So what can we expect from this one?
I think it's definitely a more optimistic album than the last one, and you know, with everything there's light and dark and happy songs, sad songs, but I think there's a sort of feeling of optimism. You know, like a lot of people have said that, which I love.
You said that you wrote the first album, and you were like a bottle of wine and sort of on your own, and oh my God.
Yeah, a lot of that going on.
A lot of that going on.
That still happens occasionally.
Oh, does it? Still a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And what about the fact that you called your little boy Stanley, which of course was Stan in the Eminem song.
Yes.
So there's no.
It wasn't intentional for that reason. There was actually just a load of reasons we called him Stanley. Partly because it was my favourite name from when I was a kid, and then coincidentally my husband's. And so we decided on that. And I actually called my brother and said, "Do you think anyone will put two and two together and think that?" And he was like, "No, don't worry about it." And then of course, first thing, it was a bit naive on my part.
Your brother gives rubbish information and advice. That was the first thing you said. No, that's a coincidence.
But you know, it's fine. Like, that was such a nice period of my life and such an amazing memory for me that it's sort of yet another lovely reference in a way. Do you know what I mean?
So having Stanley now, how does that change your work life? Because do you find it hard to find time to write?
Definitely, yeah. And just because, you know, a lot of writing, you know, those sort of big lonely times, and you know, and you're sort of like walking along and thinking big thoughts, and that doesn't happen so much. But then you find other ways to write, and I've always been quite adaptable when I'm writing. Like, I can write anywhere, on a plane and a train and you know, just sitting somewhere. Exactly. So, and it makes you very efficient. You know, it's like if you do have, you know, if he goes to sleep, suddenly I'll just, you know, be doing something. Yeah.
Well, fans of yours know that they've got to. You release an album, they've got to wait a long time before another one comes out. So you said you had quite a lot left over from this one.
Yes,
you might be able
this one will
even
actually.
quicker for next
I promise this one will be quicker. Yes. I promise here now.
Really?
It will.
Well, we'll play this back to you in about 4 years.
When you're pregnant, when you're pregnant for your next one.
And we should say, because we started this interview with a whole load of amazing statistics, and here's the final one for now, that you are currently #1 with the album in 11 countries.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
So that's got to feel good.
That
Have the time off, come back, and it happens all over again.
Wow, that's amazing. I feel
nice.
very
You're
lucky.
going to sing for us
I am.
later.
Yes.
Terrific.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Right.